Why, hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for getting a reading from me last night. I'm sorry that I didn't quite get to it on stream, but we're here now. We're gonna do it much more in depth since there's not a lot of people, screaming at me for a reading, so we can take our time. And thank you very much for trusting me. Your timestamps are in the description below. Remember that you do have free will, right? Like, this isn't an absolute 100% guarantee it's gonna happen, though I do personally believe it's the most likely outcome. So let's see what we got coming in. We are gonna start with Taco. Taco, what do we got for you? You said, hey, I've seen some streams and videos by you before and would like a general or love reading. Yeah, I'll LOL enjoy your content even though I don't understand what that's okay. I can walk you through it. It's really not so hard once you get the hang of it. It's kind of just like speaking a different language. Once you understand what each card means, you can fit it together. So let's see what we got. We're gonna do just a simple past, present, future for you, the challenge and the advice. So let's see. Past. Ooh, the death card. Change. You may have been really reflecting a lot on your emotions. I also get the feeling like you've made a lot of peace with a lot of pain you've experienced, especially in your relationships. Maybe you've been having things pop up a bunch, but the death card means that we've matured past something. Like we let go of something and the painful thought of it and turned it into wisdom. So I always call it like turning pain into purity, right? So it's like, man, I went through this heartbreak, or man, I did this, I did that, and it sucked, but I wouldn't be myself without it. So I like to see that. We also have your current energy being the moon. The moon means mystery, illusion, and the unknown. You may feel your emotions intensely right now. You also might be a little bit confused on where to go. The moon is feeling like we're in the darkness. Well, while the other side of the coin, right, is the sun, seeing everything clearly. Just know the sun always rises. It's okay not to know. Try to embrace just this energy of feeling. Like I said, we read everything together, and so there's transformations happening in regards to how you operate your emotions, also how you get in touch with your intuition. If you don't know what intuition is, it's like those gut feelings. You know how when you meet someone, you could just honestly just know if you can click with them or not, even by just looking at them. It's that kind of stuff. So we have in your future being justice. These are all major arcana, by the way. This is a pretty intense reading. So we have another chapter in your life coming in that you're being a bit more serious about life. You're looking at things analytically. You're also trying to bring about more balance. Justice represents truth, honesty, clarity, and putting it all on the table and trying to look at it analytically. And so while we're in right now, and maybe the last couple months or so have been super emotional, we're kind of running dry on that. We're realizing, okay, I might feel this way. It might feel a little bit confusing, or, my emotions might make it difficult for me to step forward, but I'm going to throw that to the side just for now and do my best to keep going, even if I don't really know where I'm going. So I like this. Justice tells me that we're taking our lives seriously. So let's see what our challenge is. It's the Two of Wands. We never get a challenge unless we can overcome it. So Spirit's telling you to just choose. Even if you don't know what you're doing, just go. Trust your intuition. You don't need to know the outcome. You don't have to keep yourself holed up because you're scared of a reality that doesn't even exist yet. So obviously, right, like, use common sense, but if you know that in order for you to meet people, you have to get out there, then choose getting out there, join communities, all of that fun stuff. So your advice card is the Five of Cups. It's okay to feel, it's okay to be frustrated, it's okay to be sad, right? Feeling really is healing right now. We have so much about emotions just really making it difficult for us to move forward. I learned this recently, Taco. And maybe like you're maybe, I feel like I think you're a girl. I think you're a girl. A lot of times people get upset with us because we feel so deeply. But I wanted to mention that our really deep emotions are what are going to help you navigate love right now. And I just feel that way. I don't know, there's something about being sad that's really sacred. Usually I wouldn't give this advice with the Five of Cups, but there's something really sacred about your sadness right now. Almost like, and I mentioned it before, like we have to be thankful for it. We have to be thankful for the experience of it. What did it teach you? What did it teach you? Because I do think we're still dealing with this, but in the future, I kind of see us taking really deciding, all right, no more tears. But it's not a bad thing. It's almost like we genuinely just run out and we cleared the way. That's what it is. We're like wiping it clean just by letting it out, and it helps us make a choice. So that's what I see. What else do we have incoming? The Six of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Four of Wands. And I'm so sorry, I feel bad. I always like try not to assume people's gender, you know, whatever gender you are. I apologize if I said I think you're a girl and you're not, but you know, the Six of Wands means victory, reward, and success. The High Priestess represents trusting your intuition, so we have you trusting that more. And we also have the Four of Wands, which means a coming together, a celebration. And so I love to see this. This is you actually pushing your creativity, you know, pushing yourself to actually live up to what you know you want to do, instead of just feeling, man, I should do this, or man, I should do that. We're actually taking action on it, and it leads us to a lot of fulfillment and a lot of wins in our lives. There's also a reunion here. I don't know why, I'm seeing the Six of Cups in my head. If there's someone you've been needing to make peace with or make amends with, that might come in soon, especially since we have Justice, which is getting what you deserve. So that's what I see for you, Taco. I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring. And look, we have the more friendship. Remember that you are never alone and you are loved. Thank you again, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Why, hello there, CQ. How you doing? You said hello. I was hoping to get a reading / advice on college. Yeah. Let's see what's happening in college for you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for being patient too. I know it's taken me a little bit of time, but I'm excited to do your reading for you. What do the cards need you to know right now? What do we got coming in for CQ? Okay, we got, ooh, the Queen of Pentacles. We also have the Six of Cups and the Four of Cups. Challenge and the advice. All right, so good news. Your energy is the Queen of Pentacles, and this is somebody who is trusting themselves to create a reality that will not only honor them, but take care of them. And so you're making good and wise investments. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is a very kind of lucky, I don't know why, but I feel like she's a type B kind of person, where her counterpart, the King of Pentacles, is more of a type A. And so this is about attracting energy towards us, but also bringing about healing, trusting that we are capable, right? Knowing our own potential, understanding that things take time, and being okay with how much time it takes. And so I like to see that. So maybe sometimes we have a little bit of like, I want to see progress now, but I think you are making progress, right? Because we do the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is our focus though. So the Six of Cups means the past. If this is something you've always, like, let's say you're studying something that you've always wanted to do, that's exciting. But if you're not doing that, I do kind of see you questioning, like, is this really what I want? Would this really make me feel passion? Is this something that little me would be excited to do? You know, because there's something about childhood, nostalgia, the past coming in. Now, your challenge is the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Cups. So we never get a challenge unless we can overcome it, right? And the Ace of Swords means truth, honesty, clarity, and wisdom. And the Nine of Cups represents wish fulfillment and operating from a place of independence and passion. Right? Like, we're making sure that we are fulfilled, that our own cup is full. And so this is good as long as we focus on learning and understanding that what we're learning, we're actually passionate about. We know it's going to take care of us. We're focused on our manifestation. It will come true. So we just have to keep focusing, keep learning, keep intending. Your advice card is the Sun card. And, you know, the advice usually is in tandem with the challenge, but I think this is more so just a broad spectrum. You know, the Sun represents happiness, joy, success, and illumination. There's something that's going to be very clear to you, and Spirit's telling me in the next year or so, like, you know what they're showing me? They're showing me like a cloudy day. And slowly but surely, it's becoming like it's being less and less misty, and we're able to just see things clearly, like, oh, I should be doing this, or oh, I'd like to do that, or oh, you know, I have so much potential. And so I don't know if you are like new to college, if this is something fresh for you. You know, the Queen of Pentacles tells me that, you know, when you really focus, you're good at things. So whether or not you start or like you've been doing it for a while, you have a really good energy to make this something work, make this be something that works for you. But the Sun tells me, you know, once again, there's like this revealing that I feel that's happening in the next year or so. I know that's really vague. We can pull on that. But the Four of Cups is here, and the Four of Cups represents dissatisfaction. Also means boredom and apathy. And so in a broader sense and more of like a regular sense, Spirit would tell you like, hey, while it's good to focus on school and all of that stuff, it's still important that you're giving to your relationships, you know, having hobbies, having friendships, connecting with your friends. Maybe you're the kind of person who's like, I'm procrastinating, but because I'm procrastinating, when people invite me to stuff, I get really stressed out because I haven't done XYZ yet. That might come up, and we might need to like tackle that in the future. So I want to see, why did I get this energy of a revealing? Yeah, why did I get a revealing happening? Alignment. Well, the Lovers is here. This is about choosing something that's in alignment with your higher self, or like, you know, your soul purpose. It can also mean soulmates, right? It represents alignment just in general. We also have the Eight of Swords, and this means self-imposed restrictions, and the Three of Pentacles, which is working together. Yeah, I do think that's what it is. It's like we realize what it is that we want to fall into, and what we've been holding ourselves back from. I think this is less so having to do with college and more so having to do with like what you feel your purpose is in this life. And just know you'll be in the next year, like a year from now, you'll really understand, wow, this is my calling. So that's kind of what I see, because the Three of Pentacles represents a working together and a healthy collaboration. I like that. I like that. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Good luck with everything you are endeavoring. Remember that you are never alone and you are loved. See you later. Hi there, Eve. Thank you so much for coming yesterday. I really, as I've said earlier, I really do hope it's worth the wait. Thank you for being patient. You said, hi, can I please have a general reading? I have a fair balance of love, career, and personal focus in my life, so I'm curious what a general reading of mine would look like. Thank you for all that you do. Of course, Eve. Thank you. Yeah, let's see what we got for you. Thank you for trusting me. I'm gonna do just... You know, I actually do want to do the my focus reading. So what do we have coming in for you? And I want to draw one of these for you too. I've been really enjoying drawing these for people who have a, you know, got career on the mind, got money on the mind. So those help you manifest more abundance into your life. So what do you got for Eve? What's going on with Eve? Ooh, focus. Our energy, the Eight of Swords. We are so busy and we got so much going on that we're just trying to knock things off one at a time. I just feel that way. You know, the Eight of Swords means self-imposed restrictions, isolation. I don't think that you're... It doesn't feel negative to me though. I know it looks negative, like we're blindfolded, we're chained up, but to me it seems like we just have a lot of responsibility. We're kind of tunnel vision focused on it there. We also have your focus being the Knight of Cups, looking for love, trying to bring more passion into our life. I don't know if you have a partner or not, but this can also mean that we're just trying to have a more romantic energy in the life that we're existing in right now. So trying to bring more beauty, more love, more peace, more connection into our hearts and into our minds, you know, into our space, our everyday. We have your, oh, that's actually pretty good, especially since you're concerned about career. We have in the future being the Queen of Pentacles. This is the outcome of kind of the story we're in right now. So like, I would say the chapter. That's what I always intend. So we're focusing on bringing more love. I always tell people that you attract what you bring towards, you attract what you focus on, is what I mean to say. And so since we're giving love, we're receiving a different kind of love, and that's through support, that's through healing and warmth and stuff like that. Because the Queen of Pentacles actually means relaxing. It means taking care of the body, feeling very safe and secure and where we are physically as well. She's also a very lucky individual. She usually has a lucky little rabbit around her. So let's see what the challenge is. The Empress. That's really good. And your advice card is the Nine of Swords. So I will say there are a little bit of things that I feel that we're kind of missing intuitively. Now that I'm a little bit further into the reading, I can see that sometimes we tell ourselves that we need to go this way, or we have to do this, or it's very important that we do XYZ in a certain order. You might be a type A kind of person, and that's okay, right? Like, it's fine. I just think that we need to introduce a bit more whimsiness into our life. The Empress is about healing. It's also about abundance, and it has Venus energy, right? So pleasure, romance, love, money. We love Venus. Whenever I'm manifesting, I always write Venus in the corner of my manifestation journal. And so, the Empress tells me that if we climb this mountain, because the challenge is something we have to strive for. It takes efforts. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be, but it definitely takes time and effort. And so we need to focus on our own health, our own well-being, our own peace of mind. This is all about us right now. And because we focus on us, we'll start to attract the kind of love that we want, and we'll start to attract the kind of money that we want. Now, if you're worried about all of the above, because you did get a reading, but the Knight of Swords is here. I'm so sorry that I really need to drink some water. I'm so sorry if you can hear me be dehydrated. The Knight of Swords represents being nervous, being scared. It also can mean sleepless nights, anxiety, fear of the unknown, reliving the past. This can also mean oh my gosh, that was so cringe, or maybe you're just at the grocery store and then you just have a mini panic attack because you realize oh man, look at the time, I should really be doing this, and oh gosh, there's so much traffic when I really need to be home, I really need to be doing this thing. The Empress is almost begging you to take it easy and know that in time all will be well. The Queen of Pentacles is peace and prosperity tied into one card. This is something that she built for herself, and almost like a bed for her to relax in, and this is the direction you're heading towards. So try to take it easy, right? If you're focusing on peace, on love, on prosperity, you're gonna have it, right? And if things are slowing you down, you go to the store and there's a huge checkout line, just accept that that's something that you need to experience. And I say that because you never know what you'll remember while you're there. So if you're in that long ass line and you say to yourself, man, I'm anxious because I have so much to do, or I'm gonna be late for this thing, but I'm already here, so I'm gonna make the best of it. And so you decide to, let's say you decide to organize tomorrow, or let's say you decide to do a little meditation, figure out what you want to get done in your life, what your real goals are and stuff like that. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is perfect for you, especially since this can sometimes mean being caged up. It says, I can have money and freedom too. A feeling of being overwhelmed. What the heck? I was just saying this. Sorry. A feeling of being overwhelmed is your indicator that you are denying yourself access to all manner of cooperation that could assist you if you are not disallowing it. As you begin to feel freer regarding the expenditure of time and money, doors will open. People will come to assist you, refreshing and productive ideas will occur to you, and circumstances and events will unfold. As you change the way you feel, you access the energy that creates worlds. It is there for your ready access at all times. So, you're stuck at a red light, and let's say if you weren't stuck at that light, how would you know that, how would you remember that it's your best friend's birthday, in 2 days, right? and you're like, oh, I should probably get them a gift, right? There's a reason for everything, and you just have to trust it. That's what Spirit is telling you right now, Eve. And it'll bring so much growth in all aspects of your life. Thank you, Eve. I hope that you enjoyed that. Remember that you are never alone and you are loved. I appreciate the support. I see you again, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Ivy, hey. I love the energy. I haven't even read your thing yet, but I can just see the mwahaha. Hey, you wrote, hi Ron, mwahaha, I'm back. I had 2 quick questions. From my aura reading, you said my spirit guide was a deity showing you marble. Really? What does she want me to know? And sorry if I'm being greedy a little, but a question about my ex and reconciliation. You mentioned his clarity. You know, I'll be honest, I do so many readings that I don't remember. But, you know, I will see what we got. What we got, right? We can pull for that intention. Whoa! We had exactly 3 cards pop out, so I'm gonna trust that happened for a reason. So we've got the King of Swords. We also have the Ace of Cups and Judgment. So the King of Swords represents someone who has a plan. This is someone who is very smart, very wise, very analytical. This is someone you can trust to tell you the truth as well. And they have a lot of wisdom to share with you. We also have the Ace of Cups. This is giving love, giving healing, and giving nurturing. And we have the Judgment card. So this is actually a message from the beyond, a message from Spirit, from God, right? Like, look how this angel is bringing down this trumpet to the people of Earth. And so it actually does mean an epiphany moment. So if you're worried, like, man, are they there for me? Are they present? Can they hear me? The answer is yes. Yes. Are they helping me? Are they trying to heal me? Are they listening to my prayers? Yes. Okay, very, very, very much so. And so this King of Swords popped out, and I like it. You said my spirit guide was a deity showing you marble. I want to pull for, why were we getting marble? Marble? Okay. The Queen of Pentacles, the Earth. The Earth. We also have the Eight of Swords, the King of Swords again, and the World card. Okay. Oh. Interesting. It's funny that we asked about a marble, and the first thing we get is this orb of Earth. And it's a coin, right? And so I think genuinely that they're just telling you, I don't know, actually. I don't know with the Queen of Pentacles, because I was getting a little bit of, if I'm honest, they're showing me so much, and it's difficult for me to discern the exact message with the Queen of Pentacles. Like, this could be its whole own little reading. It almost feels separate from this, but the Eight of Swords is here, and this is self-imposed restrictions. The King of Swords, as I said, a man with a plan, with wisdom. And we have the World card, and so if I did read it like a sentence, whenever you are in a relaxed state and feeling peace, you may find that a lot of, it might be difficult for you to hear your guides or actually reach out to them, and you're scared that you can't connect with them. But the thing is that it is those thoughts, those quiet feelings that are your guides speaking to you. But there's also a message about exiting a time, and this is also like a circle, right? It's the World card, things coming full circle. So there's actually a sense of freedom coming from this. I wonder if we're learning how to release what's blocking us when it comes to like hearing or getting messages from our guides. Like, that's what it feels like to me. So, all right. So I know it's a little bit vague, but honestly, I'm kind of getting more than one person. And it's hard for me to be like, I want to pull one more thing, because the marble, I'm like, I don't understand that one too much. If I'm seeing kind of like, a lot. It's a lot about the earth. I don't know what they're trying to tell me there. The earth? So I'll just paint out what they showed me. So I'm seeing gold in crevices of almost like a geode, or maybe it is marble. It reminds me of wabi-sabi. Do you know what wabi-sabi is? And what's it called? Kintsugi, where they use gold to fill the cracks of something broken. That's what they're showing me. And then they showed me like how we fashion the earth to become these materials in our world, and how our energy is imbued with them. Like, that's what they were showing me. I don't know if you have something that you feel is very like important to you or sacred to you, but that's kind of what it reminds me of, almost like intending to put a certain blessing on a medallion, or on something that we love, right? Like it's that kind of energy. Something that I did to imbue energy into an object was this spell bag, and so it's like that, but more so with an object. But why did they mention like wabi-sabi to me, or like kintsugi? I think that's the name of it. Anyways, you said, "I'm sorry if I'm being greedy, but a question about my ex and reconciliation. You mentioned his clarity." I don't remember. No, you can see what the cards have to say. Sorry, dude. I do, like, as you can tell, I'm doing like 30-40 readings a day, and it's all over the place. So, but I can tell you what the cards have to say. Thank you for trusting me, by the way. Ooh, these cards fell out. We got the Emperor and the Nine of Cups, as well as the Eight of Swords coming up again. So the Emperor represents, this can be someone who's stubborn, but it's also someone who's very confident about who they are and what they want to do. We also have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So this is a manifestation coming to fruition. And we have the Eight of Swords. This is interesting because this implies that something that they were very stubborn about came true. Like, a wish came true, but it wasn't as wonderful as they thought it would be. In fact, this is something that it's like, be careful what you wish for kind of energy, because the Eight of Swords means isolation, self-imposed restrictions. It means being stuck, feeling like you're caged. And it's like, man, I thought this is what I wanted, but here I am getting it, and it's just, I feel lonely, I feel blocked, I don't understand. This can also mean misinformation, like trusting sources that don't mean well for you. And so let's see what their challenge is. Three of Wands, looking towards the future and starting a new chapter. Yeah, there is something they were very stubborn about, and they really need to just move on. They really, really do just need to make peace with what happened. I do think that there's some ruminating happening here, because the Three of Wands says it's difficult for me to go towards the future. It's hard for me to make peace with the past and go forward. And their advice card is just almost like a replication of that. The Fool, starting a new chapter, opening a new book, turning over a new leaf. Their ability to hold grudges is going to bite them in the butt. That's kind of what I see. And they're gonna have this moment where they're like, man, I really need to learn to let things go. Almost, there's some, I'm kind of seeing them realizing that this old story is just genuinely getting old. Like, just revisiting also there's something they're seeing in retrospect that they just know didn't work, but their ego is making it hard for them to accept that. So anyways, that's kind of what I see. I really hope that helped you, and thank you very, very much, Ivy. I hope that you enjoyed that. Good luck with everything that you are endeavoring. Remember that you are never alone and you are loved. See you later. Bye bye.